send some notifications.
Sending the data. Sending. All right. This is streaming on the YouTubes.
All those sent out.
Streaming on the Twitches.
H3 full spectrum. There we go.
Excellent.
Tweeted it out. Let me listen to it and check the audio now that I've sent out all the notifications.
Check it, check it. Make sure that's good.
Man, it's great when it just pops up on the front of my feed.
Yeah. Maybe it sounds good. Maybe it sounds good. I want to get my window situated here.
You can definitely hear the air conditioner this time, but I don't know that we can afford to turn it off. So.
Okay.
So just a heads up, Chad, if you hear the air conditioner, it's because it's still hot.
Well, we might could.
It's less hot today
Yeah.
than it was last week. I was like, the car was telling me it was 100 on the way up here,
Yeah.
and I was able to still put my arm on the side of the window without getting a third-degree burn. So, I mean, you know. But I told you I had a pre-show topic.
Yes, yes.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Doc.
So, this is a really long story I'm going to condense
Okay.
and abridge, but basically, guy goes to his local game store, convinces the owner that they're going to do a streamed D&D game and that it's going to make the store a ton of money because the guy's convinced he's going to be the next Matt Mercer. He tells them all this. Gets a bunch of people roped up in it. Doesn't get any of the equipment yet, right? But gets a bunch of people roped up in it. Has a Discord that he makes for it. Has a bunch of people help make lore for the world. And then once people have contributed their ideas, he deletes all their posts. And that made people go, hey, what's going on here? And then he just responded with, well, I don't want anybody to steal my ideas for the campaign. Which we talked about a different story that had a DM say that like a month ago. Day comes that he's supposed to start filming, doesn't show. Nobody shows except for one of the players that was supposed to play, who is not the one that wrote up the story. I just want to clarify. The guy that wrote up the story is somebody that just DMs at that local game store.
Oh, okay.
So he's basically an outsider to all of it, right?
Yeah.
But guy never shows, becomes the laughingstock of his local game store because the whole idea just fizzles apart after he went and told everybody how he was going to be the new Matt Mercer and everybody was going to love his streamed campaign, and they never even streamed a single episode.
Not surprising.
So the topic from this is, when it comes to streaming a game, why do you think it is that so many people think they're going to instantly become Matt Mercer and have thousands of people watching? Because we stream our stuff all the time, not our TTRPGs, but we stream every day during the main week. And it's not a thing that's just tied to TTRPGs. We see somebody start streaming and they go, hey, I'm going to be the next Ludwig. I'm going to be the next Moist Critical, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think it is that causes people to think, hey, if I just stream my game with my friends, we're going to be as big as Critical Role?
Well, look, I'm probably
Hey, Will.
I believe that each human is like a once in a universe thing.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And that is a foundational belief for me, right?
Yeah.
People are stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They are.
And it's just ignorant bliss, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Only great.
They do make it look easy. Absolutely.
And look, there's a lot. They put in a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Behind the scenes, you're not. You can sit down and put a good campaign together if you understand the rules.
Yeah.
Or a good session together, right? But there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. They've got help doing it. Who you see on the screen, they're doing their thing. That's not the only people that, are making that show good.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it.
Nice. Well, I used Odin all the way through the end of the game. Odin is great.
One eye.
But no, I agree with you. And people, there's this weird mindset that comes with streaming where people go, hey, if I stream, people will watch. Well, that's not how that works. You're going to start streaming and nobody's going to be watching it first.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep going and you're going to keep going and you're going to keep going. And slowly people will start to watch.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll get a dedicated fan base that will watch just about everything you do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen overnight. Even the big people.
And it may not happen at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, hold on.
I gotta find a screen I can see all of that on.
Yeah, hold on. Yes, they are professional.
Yeah.
We're going through that. They did not think they're going to have a big hit.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, like, how are you gonna say we're gonna stream and you don't even own any cameras yet? Like, come on.
Enjoy your dinner with.
Come on. You gotta at least buy cameras.
Yeah. Put some. You're gonna have to invest a little bit
Yeah.
into it.
It is so
Well, actually,
different
look.
than it used to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. You're not gonna get. I don't know that you would be able to put your phone down
Right.
and do a thing. Maybe not. But yeah, I think that's gone. But yeah, it's gone to a like polish and shine level, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be polished. You gotta be shiny. You gotta make like So, yeah. Now it takes a lot more money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still, you gotta have mics, you gotta have
Yeah.
software.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. And again, to anybody coming in, if you hear the rattle, it is the air conditioner because it is like 99 degrees outside.
Well, let me know if it gets too bad. We will cut it off a little bit.
If it gets too bad, we will suffer for the sake of our art. Isn't that what they always say
Possibly.
when they throw bananas at walls? I'm not trying to disparage artists.
Yeah.
There are some incredible artists out there,
Yeah.
but
No, I'm not really trying to discourage anybody from doing it. Go
yeah,
for it.
yeah,
You know, if you got the ability to get it together, give it a shot.
yeah,
You're gonna. Hey, for a long time, that's gonna be plastered in. Your major marks be plastered in eternity.
that's right.
At least as far as we know, as far as the digital realm exists.
Yeah, at least you gave it a shot.
Yeah.
But if you don't even try,
Right.
which is what happened in this story, then
Yeah. You got to be.
of course people are going to make fun of you after that.
Yeah. You gotta put. I'm sure he was excited about doing it, man.
I'm sure.
You gotta have. You gotta be able to back it up a little bit. But that takes some more grounded thinking.
Yeah. And there are people that are just, hey, heads in the clouds,
Yeah.
And I think it's 100% okay to be hopeful for head in the clouds, right?
Oh yeah.
But you got to still remember the earth is still down below you.
Right. And also it's like I'm sure it's not exact for everything, but part of it close. Each year that goes by, probably each day that goes by, you've got another competitor.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Or somebody else is trying to do it.
Well, like this week, right? This week we got 50 subs in 1 week. That's the most we've gotten ever. I've been doing this for 5 years now, Like, that's the thing to be excited for, yeah.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen day 3. Like,
Well, you suck.
that's right. But it just, you got to be willing to give it time.
Well, it's the lottery thing, right?
Yeah.
Because there is people out there that, actually, that did happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And that may have been kind of set up in a certain way. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, there's a couple that are like,
Kind of questionable, sure.
yeah.
Especially. Anyway,
Yeah, there's a couple we could name, but
the
couple brothers that,
there's some not even that way. I don't know. That's like winning a lottery. You're not going to do that.
yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice, but no.
Well, you ready to get started then?
Yes, now that you've crushed all my dreams.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum TTRPG podcast. My name is Trey.
I'm hungry.
We got some stuff to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
I don't have any news for you tonight. I wanted to have news for you, but I guess we talked about the TTRPG news already, right? That
Yeah.
East and Trails games are getting
Blabbed that early, didn't you?
full games. I was too excited. I couldn't wait. But we also just don't know anything about them yet. So, whenever I know more, we'll share it. But
Yeah, fair enough.
we're talking Sumeria tonight.
Yeah, Sumerian mythology, which is because we just did looking at some of the disclaimer. We are skimming these.
Yep.
We are idiots.
Yep.
Before that, we're going through. I went together, done some research, put some lists together, found some stories. This is more about touch and flavor, and looking at these and being amazed at what the world has to offer story-wise.
Yep. No point are we trying to say we're scholars of Sumerian history or mythology.
Right. Want that. If you are one, please email him.
Yes, please.
And we will talk.
fullspectrumpodcast@gmail.com. Please. All I get in that inbox now is spam. Please send me an email.
Oh, promise I'll try to notice it. All right. So we talked some very, very old culture last time, and this is a very old culture. This doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
The Sumerians. So we're looking at in South Central Iraq.
Okay.
About 3,500 BC. So that's almost 6,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to round up 6,000 years ago. And I found out, I saw the list here in a minute. We're going to talk about this guy first, but I found out where I made a mistake on Gilgamesh.
Okay.
Gilgamesh is Sumerian.
Okay.
But the Epic of Gilgamesh is Babylonian.
Ah. Well, that's a reasonable mistake, I think, to make. I can't blame you there.
Well, the Sumerian divides up into two groups later on. You get the Babylonians and you get Akkadians.
Right.
Do that. But we're gonna try to stick with the Sumerians. And once again, even with those, you get a lot of stuff that's very similar.
Right.
A lot of stuff that's not even close.
Yeah.
Right. So, I do have a list. Pretty good list, and I've got some stories.
Awesome.
And some of these names.
Love stories.
Some of these names you will know, you have heard
Okay.
before, and some of them I don't think you have.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to check my notes on that. I think I'm going to keep that up for some facts there.
While you're checking, just another reminder. If we get any information wrong here, it is not out of an attempt to misinterpret or to misrepresent any of this mythology. It is just out of an excitement to share cool stuff from around the world.
Trying to be as objective as possible. All right. So Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Go to my notes now. I need to get on my script. We're sticking to it. We ain't changing nothing. What?
You said Gilgamesh.
Hold on. That sounds a lot of fun. All right. So Gilgamesh, legendary king of Uruk, and of course, the central character of the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Right.
Mentioned it just a second ago. One of the oldest known works of literature in the world. He embarks on various adventures and quests in search of immortality and wisdom. Gilgamesh is portrayed as a complex and powerful figure, representing both the strengths and weaknesses of humanity. That.
Oof. Well, I hope she's doing okay now, Dart. I hope you're doing okay now, too. That's rough.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm seeing a lot of art of Gilgamesh,
Yeah.
and in all of it, he's sick. He looks awesome.
Yeah. Big, buff,
Burly,
warrior.
ready to fight.
Big old,
Got a lion in his
beard.
grip,
You're right,
you know?
Yeah. To that. Well, there's a character that goes along with Gilgamesh, okay?
Okay.
And that's Enkidu.
Yeah.
And he is a wild man, created by the gods to challenge and humble Gilgamesh. However, instead of being adversaries, Gilgamesh and Enkidu become friends. And they're embarking on adventures together, supporting each other.
So, Gilgamesh is in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
He's in Final Fantasy V as well as many other games afterwards, right?
Right.
And he has a chicken, a green chicken, that he takes with him called Enkidu.
Mm.
In Fate, Enkidu's just the name of one of his weapons,
Okay.
which is kind of a disappointment,
Yeah,
right?
that
Like,
is.
like, come on. What can you do?
Take something to help you feel better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Now getting some of the weird names. Some of these I've got two like names of,
Yeah.
and they refer to the same person, or
Okay.
Damazid, or known as Tamaz,
Okay.
or Dumazid.
Oh, yeah, I spelled that.
Sorry, I said it wrong, and I probably will continue to say it wrong.
That's fair.
Dumazid, a shepherd, a beloved figure in Sumerian mythology, and he is associated with vegetation, the cycle of life and death,
Okay.
and fertility.
Yeah.
Dumazid's myth revolves around his annual journey to the underworld, representing the changing seasons.
Okay.
His mates march through death back into life.
All I'm saying is so far we're 3 for 3 for images on these, so good job, artists.
Yeah.
You get a week off from being criticized.
You fools! All right. I have a few more names I'm going to bring up, and quite a few. A couple of these are going to be in stories later.
Yeah.
And then I've got like the pantheon, the Sumerian pantheon, which I've got a caveat for that.
Oof. Hopefully that passes soon.
Do that. Adapa.
Okay.
Adapa was a wise and learned human, had the gift of great knowledge. Favored by a god known as Ea, it's just the letters Ea.
Nice.
He gave him the ability to discern and solve complex problems. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding, and he missed his chance at immortality.
Aw.
Yeah.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool, though.
Legend of Adapa. That's like a game I want to play right there.
Right?
Why not?
Yeah, that guy looks sick.
On that. If you dig into some more into Sumerian myths, you're going to come across Emmerkar.
Okay.
It's Emmerkar, and he is he's a king of Uruk, and this is the one in this. He is related to the construction of the Tower of Babel,
Oh, okay.
and he supposedly he was a builder of the ziggurat in Eridu, which is a temple dedicated to Enki.
Right. Getting a lot of him with wings.
Yeah. I've got some. I don't know if it's got to do with Enki or something he did,
Could be.
but there's quite a few myths about him.
I got you. Okay.
Right. So we got this guy. This guy was very exciting to find. Okay.
Okay.
Lugobanda. Never ever have I heard this. Like some of the other names, it's like
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Emmerkar, like,
yeah, I've kind of heard it.
mentioned.
I think possibly right.
Yeah.
The
Definitely Ea. That
right.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, and Enki and a couple, of course, Gilgamesh,
Right.
a few of them. But Lugobanda, he's a Sumerian hero. This is Gilgamesh's daddy.
Oh.
This is Gilgamesh's father.
Those feathered capes.
Yes. What's wrong with feathered capes?
Well, Dark, I have safe search on.
This is actually it's another one of the earliest examples of his story is like a heroic tale,
Yeah.
and it's kind of one of the first like seen by some as it's the actual heroic narrative.
Oh, okay.
Did that.
That's interesting. I wonder if that's because of Google Trends or I'm using Bing right now, so that could be it.
Possibly. Don't tell me, Bing. What are you doing? That's out there now for
That's
everyone
true.
to find.
That's true.
All right.
Look, I'm sorry. It's the default browser for my
Don't tell everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's useful.
Exactly. Okay, where am I?
Lugubanda is who you just said.
What? Lugubanda is who I just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's who I wrote now. So
Right.
Namu. Namu. He's the founder of the third dynasty of He's a famous king.
That's a familiar name.
Yes, I think I know this guy by another name.
Okay.
Hammurabi.
Yeah, that would make sense.
He is known, so it's like, no! Yeah, maybe so. I probably got that way wrong. But he is known for legal reforms. This is what this guy did.
Okay.
He's got the oldest known legal code, the Code of Namu. Okay.
A lot of sculpts of this guy's face.
Yes.
Many of them with his eyes bulging.
Yes. The Code of Hammurabi. All right. I had to make sure I got some weird names. So I got Enhiduana.
Okay. Enhiduana.
Well, it kind of is an old thing.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can imagine them fast forwarded and done in fate. I don't know. Okay. She was the high priestess and daughter of Sargon of Akkad, the founder of the Akkadian Empire.
Not the YouTube.
Yeah. No. I brought her up because she is one of the earliest known authors in history.
I got you.
She composed hymns and poems to the gods.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was one of the earliest known authors. And this, I couldn't find. She's Akkadian, which is a little bit later, which is
Right.
later Sumerian through that. But I think some of the stuff we found we may have got because of her.
I bet if I could read these poems, they'd be sick.
You're right. That. Okay.
Welcome back, Will.
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the name I figure you might have heard. I've heard this one somewhere too. Anu.
Yeah.
A-N-U. Sky god, king of the gods.
Yeah.
Supreme deity of the Sumerian pantheon. We're going to get to the pantheon now.
That makes sense.
Associated with heaven, celestial phenomena. Do that. Run through that. They're quite. Look, I want to caveat. I should have put a little break right there. Remind me to take a note, but I didn't remember. Anyway, there'll be a little break back here. So, the nation of the Sumerians believed there was a god for everything. There is over 3,000 Sumerian gods.
Right.
I don't have that.
Wait, did you say 3,000?
Yeah.
I thought you said like 30 for a second. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
No, it's 3,000. I don't have those here.
Okay. 3,000.
Yes. Apparently they all had the same beard, Dark. I don't know why.
Maybe it was just the style of that.
That's what's the style at the time. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go from Anu to Enlil.
Gil is my boy, says Will.
Enlil, the god of air, wind, and storms. Enlil was considered one of the most powerful gods. He has a big role in what happens to people.
Okay.
Humans go.
I might be jumping out of turn here, or it might have nothing to do with what you're going to talk about. I keep seeing this lizard man.
Look.
In these stone reliefs.
Look. Well, let me get through some of these names.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll be patient. You know how I am when I see lizard people.
Lizard people. Because the next one I got to talk about are the Enki. It's Enki, excuse me, not the Enki. Enki, the god of wisdom and magic.
Not to be confused with Enkidu or Enkidudu.
Okay, hopefully not. Enki was known for his knowledge and is a patron of artisan farmers and human civilization.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm running into the same problem where not only do they have the same beard and they're in stone, but some of them have the exact same wing pattern.
Yeah.
Where it's
Some
like,
of them
man.
matter like this was 6,500 years ago. I realized that was after Younger Dryas. It's
Right.
still been a long time, okay?
I'm not trying to say.
There's not
Please.
much left.
Please understand, I'm not trying to compare ancient Sumerian kings and gods to Ultraman. But if you took a bunch of Ultraman and lined them up, and you had somebody that had no idea about Ultraman, they could not tell you which one was X and which one was Taro, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. They're not the same, but they're close to the same.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
And that's enough that I can't quite get the differences.
Look. One look. One look. That's all they had.
Yeah, and that's fair.
Okay. Now, Inanna.
Okay.
Now, you know her by another name? Ishtar.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Inanna, goddess of love.
Ishtar is in Fate.
Love, fertility, and war. Inanna was a complex figure, embodying both nurturing and destructive aspects. She was widely venerated.
Dark, for your sake, you should look up Ishtar from Fate. Just throw that out there.
All right. Fair enough. I want that. There should be some cool names for her. Especially, I think you'll get more
For
if
Ishtar?
you put for Ishtar.
Yeah. Let me also put that in the chat for people.
But I think we get more.
Yeah.
Now, as I tell you this next god, all right?
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Now for the next god, I gotta tell you about. Fair enough. She's got a role in the Sandman graphic novel.
Yeah.
I know she's in the show or not. In the graphic novel, yeah, she was rather awesome.
She's pretty great in Fate, too.
Right on. When I tell you about this, I want to reiterate 6,500 years ago.
Right.
Those are death. So I will tell you about Nana, N-A-N-N-A, or sometimes known as Sin,
Okay.
S-I-N.
Okay.
She is god of the moon. He was god of the moon. I'm used to a lot of
Yeah, God of
Japan.
the Moon's normally, yeah.
Yeah, Japan and here.
Yeah.
Now that I can call out right now.
Well, and for your sake, we talked about Nana when we talked about Norse, because
Yeah.
that's a female deity
Yes.
in Norse mythology.
Yeah.
So just to back you up on that, that's an understandable mistake.
Right. But he was believed the phases were believed to influence the tides and other natural cycles. He was over controlling all of that.
They figured that out quick.
They knew that the moon influenced
Yeah.
the tides. Yes. Not
People-
saying it was aliens.
When people are like,
But-
"Hey, we used to be stupid," it's like, well,
no.
we weren't. We're still stupid. It's not the same.
Yeah, different.
Don't you know people used to poop in pots and used to eat off the ground? When are you talking about? Because it's a lot older than what you think.
Yeah.
Cool data pick in the Discord. I am nervous about this.
All right, then.
Oh, that is a sick pick.
Excellent. See, that makes me happy, just the fact that like, I'm going to go look it up and see something cool.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 though. That either was going to be a sick pick or one that I could
Or
not
a
talk
sick
about.
pick.
Yeah, a sick pick.
Either way, appreciate it. So, Utu, I found interesting.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Now, I have heard this next word a lot. I've used this next word in sentences and discussions. with
Okay.
Shamash.
Oh,
And Utu, or Shamash, is the god of the sun and justice.
okay.
Utu is a benevolent deity associated with truth, law, and maintaining order in society.
Okay. There's some really sick images of him too.
Yes.
He's got like a flaming spear in one of these.
Yes. Yes.
even this old piece of art is really cool. Where he's like sitting down on a chair and they're pulling the sun up into the sky. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is Eresh in this? Will asks.
I think I passed the E's. I might not. Look, I said there were 3,000 gods. I didn't have. No.
Also, yes, as Dark has pointed out, that art, if you want to look it up for yourself, on Nana, it is from Yigi Korolglu on DeviantArt. You see why he's doing this and not me?
Yeah. You did Korol. You get Korolglu?
I tripped over that word real hard.
I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. Or Matt.
You just did Utu.
Right.
Shamash.
Looking through, trying to do. Okay. Nin Hersai. Or Nima. Ninma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly so. I said some of these are under two different names too, so I might have missed.
That's a rush.
Okay.
In
She
fact,
looks-
anyway.
Well, she looks friendly.
Yeah.
Then it's a mother goddess, fertility deity.
Oh, that's who they're talking about. I'm sorry. Please continue. It's Ereshkigal.
Okay.
That's a name I've heard before.
Okay.
Ninhursag.
Mr. Hung. Yeah, this. She's Mother Earth, right?
Okay.
Okay. She nurtures and cares for all living creatures.
Okay.
Do that. Ninma. Now there's Nin Girsu, also known as Nin Urta,
Okay.
the god of war and agriculture.
Thank you, Dark.
Now, the
50-50 again.
now in Sumeria, well, there's a couple other places we talked about that had this, where each city had its patron god
Right.
and the deity, and this was over the city of Lagash
Okay.
and associated with fertility and plowing the fields.
Yeah.
Which war and agriculture seems like a weird mix to me for some reason.
Yeah.
You know? No, I said, look, they both cut stuff down.
Yeah, I guess after the war, the fields are fertilized again.
Yeah,
so.
I guess so. Right through. Go through there. Plow it under.
So the underworld.
Okay. Tell me where I've heard this name before, but it's not, I'm sure it's not from this. Nurgle.
Okay.
Nergal.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's not the same place you've heard it before, but Nurgle is a big villain in Fire Emblem.
Okay.
But let me see if I just put Nurgle into Google image search without the Sumerian mythology part, what comes up.
That's where, never mind.
Yep.
Singer Behemoth. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. God of death, plague, and the underworld. Nurgle was a fearsome and powerful deity, ruling over the realm of the dead.
Yep. This name I know pretty well.
Yes. Like this, he's different.
Yeah.
He's different, right?
Yeah, he's like
Half lion.
a sphinx almost.
Okay.
I did see that art, Dark. It was very good. Yeah, there's some really good art on there.
Yeah, Urshkigal. Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so we are at Ereshkigal.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. But.
The goddess of the underworld. Very enigmatic. She ruled over the realm of the dead. And then you had Ninlil. She's a wife of Enlil.
Yeah.
So she's a goddess of the air. Very protected deity.
Sure.
Nice. And also associated with agriculture.
Nice.
Now, this is what I've been waiting to get to.
Okay.
Anunnaki.
All right.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Aren't you glad you put in that my search and not yours?
I am. Yeah, I really am.
A group of deities in the Sumerian pantheon, often associated with the underworld and judges of the death, of the dead, of the deaf, of the dead. Often associated with the underworld and judges of the dead, the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Some little more.
Said by some to be the origins of the lizard people.
They're lizard people. Like, I have to wait. They're calling out lizard people early.
I know. I wanted to slide it in there, you know?
Gosh.
And where did the lizard people go after the fall of Mesopotamia?
Not saying. Not saying.
At some point, we're going to get to Agartha. You just wait. We're going to have got the rest of the world out of the way, and then we're going to have to talk about the Plateau of Lang, Shangri-La,
Okay. Yes.
Carcassonne,
Yeah,
and
dude, that would
Agad.
be cool. Cool. We'll just do mystical places.
Yeah.
Okay. Made it. All right. Ashur. Now, this is an Assyrian god.
Okay, yeah.
He's a patron deity of the Assyrians, but he's from Samaria.
Yeah, he just traveled, right?
Yeah. In the same way with next one I'm gonna say is Marduk.
Yeah.
Marduk.
I think it's Marduk, yeah.
Yeah. Originally it was a minor god in Sumerian. He became the patron god of Babylon and the chief god in the Babylonian pantheon.
And it's within the mythology that they travel, if memory serves.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we'd be talking about them today because I didn't remember where they traveled from,
Yeah.
but that makes perfect sense. Dark, I appreciate you sending me all this art. I'm not going to keep showing it off on stream, but it is very cool. Keep sending it for me, but
Right.
please.
All right. I got another one. Nabu. Nabu. Right.
Not even typing.
That's a planet. That's planet X.
Okay.
Beyond it.
Yeah.
No. It's a god of writing, scribes, and wisdom, associated with art of divination, and he was considered the son of Marduk and Ea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Tiamat's going to pop up here or not. We'll see.
Stop jumping ahead. All right? Yes, Tiamat is show here.
He really wants you to hurry up, you know?
I'm trying. No, I've got some of these. I think I got some on these twice.
Yeah, because we've already done it in her song.
Yeah, but not Ki.
Right.
Right? The goddess of the earth. She's mother of all gods. Ki.
Nice.
Kisar is personification of the earth's fertility and the consort of Anu.
Okay. It's not just a planet in Dark Souls, Star Wars.
Sorry.
Also, hi, Faith.
No.
My brain broke for a second there. I'm still thinking about the Anunnaki, okay?
Right? Kigal is a great lady, and that's going to talk about, that's for various different goddesses. Get that. I think I've got all these. Yes, there's
Hurry up, Rungren!
I'm working on it. Lamu and Lahamu.
Okay.
These are primordial deities representing the muddy banks and tigers from the Euphrates River.
Makes sense. Oh,
Yes.
sometimes they're dragons.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, of course, they are rivers.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right?
If there's one thing this has taught me about mythology, it's that if there's a river, it's probably got a dragon or a serpent related to it.
Yes. Oh, man.
Oh, those Marduk
Good,
images are sick. My favorite part about the fact that Dark sent in all this art is that after the stream, you're going to get to see it all. And it's going to be a big list of images for you.
Right. Gotta bring up Humbaba. He's the giant guardian of the Cedar Forest
Okay.
in the epic of Gilgamesh. He's the one that tries to stop Gilgamesh and Enkidu when they try to cut down the sacred trees.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Can we go back to one that I saw that you skipped?
Where?
Because I love it, and it's Pazuzu.
Pazuzu. It's a demon. He's associated with the southwest southwest wind, storms, and drought. He is often depicted with a menacing face and wings, and he's a bringer of pestilence.
For anybody who doesn't know, in a lot of Pazuzu's depictions, he has a snake where something else should be on his body.
Yeah.
The reason that I mentioned I love Pazuzu as a mythology is that he comes up so often in RPGs as a villain. Like Pazuzu's in FF14, Pazuzu's in FF6, I think.
Right on. See,
I'm sorry.
If EA can rip them off, you can too.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go from Pazuzu to Galu. This
Okay.
is the group. It's the name for the Galu. They're a group of demonic beings, and they're associated with malevolent, dangerous,
Makes sense.
uncool forces. I can't say that word.
Malevolent?
Thank you. Yes. Malevolent. And harm.
Break that curse.
Right? They were believed to be responsible for illnesses and misfortunes.
You don't happen to have any salt on you, do you? That you can chase the Fae off
Oh,
that
right,
right, steal the word from you?
Right?
Also, apparently, Galu is a Final Fantasy demon as well.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
It's that.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're already stealing... I say stealing.
Yeah.
If you're borrowing the name
Yeah.
from one Sumerian demon, why not another?
Okay, now I need to bring up Kur. Kur.
Okay.
He is a dragon-like monster. He is primeval chaos and disorder.
Nice.
But he gets in a fight when it decides towards... that looks like a Final Fantasy concept art.
This apparently from a series called The Demonic Paradise. That is a sick-looking dragon.
Very nice.
I'm saying is if I woke up looking like this tomorrow, I would not be upset.
Get on the darker side with these. We're talking, from Pazuzu on, because we got Lamashtu.
Ah, yeah, that's a name I know.
Female demon, so associated with infanticide, miscarriages, other malevolent acts. She's sometimes depicted with a lion's head, donkey's teeth, and the body of a bird.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. Kind of scared to see that. She's not very nice. Well then. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not... Anyway.
Horrifying.
Absolutely.
I'm going to see that in my nightmares tonight.
All right.
Which one's better, that one or this one?
All right. That one right there. That's a tattoo worth it.
Yeah. There's some good art in Lamashtu.
So in Sumerian mythology, Tiamat was known as Namu.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
She represented the primordial ocean and the chaos from which all things emerged. That's the Sumerians believed that the world was created because of a cosmic struggle between freshwater and saltwater. Freshwater god Enki,
Yeah.
and the saltwater goddess Tiamat, Namu Tiamat.
I didn't know how many of these names I would know
Yeah,
from the demonology course that I took
yeah,
in high school.
yeah.
Didn't know that so many of those were from Sumeria.
Yeah. Well, that's when the aliens first got here.
Right. It makes sense.
They really had to intermingle at that time.
Wait to hear all the other names, but,
Yeah.
they're probably from a bunch of other mythologies as well.
All right, so I found something I found really cool. I've got a list of weapons, legendary weapons. All right?
You're not pulling my leg on this one, right?
No.
Okay.
No. The Axe of Ninurta.
Okay.
So the god of war and agriculture, he has a powerful and sacred axe that just it defeats monsters and enemies. All right. He battles the demon Asag and the dragon Kur. You gotta have that axe to do it. It's the Axe of Ninurta. The war and the farmer kick butt god.
Nice.
Right.
Look, all I'm saying is, we talk about mythological creatures, that's great. We talk about dragons and lizard people, I'm there.
Yeah.
But we talk about mythological weapons,
Let's go. Right.
that's my thing.
All right. We need to make a whole TTRPG. That's where you go around the world, like you go hunt for the Axe of Ninurta. You go try to get a scalp.
Yep.
You go try,
Unironically, one of my biggest frustrations with Naruto is that there's a character in Naruto that her special ability is she can use any weapon she picks up. There's legendary weapons in that world. By the end of the story, she has 3 of them. There's like hundreds of them out there. And she spends the rest of the series just sitting at home going, well, I got these 3. It's like, excuse me? Go get the rest. What are you doing?
You're happy with those 3.
Go find the others.
Leave her alone. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Give me a mech wielding Cowled.
They may be giants, which is the band name, but that's bows and arrows of Ishkur.
Okay.
So Ishkur, the god of storms and rains, is often depicted carrying a divine bow and arrow, and it's associated with thunderstorms, right?
Yeah.
His bow and arrow brings rain. It's like you get the rain arrow, like a lightning arrow.
That's cool.
You know. I'm bringing the rain, and you're shooting the clouds and harp. Enough for the conspiracy theories. Moving on. The bows and arrows of Ishkar.
Nice.
This one I like. I like this one because I would have never picked this.
Right.
The harp of Namu or the harp of Tiamat.
Like 7-headed dragon, just
Yeah.
okay.
She, in some versions of the myth, she has a sacred heart, which is related to her role as the mother of gods and creator of all things. Some of the cults.
Okay.
Okay?
Why not?
That was the harp of Tiamat. I don't know if I was going to give Tiamat something that wouldn't have been a harp.
Yeah,
You know, I'd have probably picked something out, but that's cool. Right?
that's fair.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Mace of Marduk.
Yes.
The hero god and later king of the gods in Babylonian mythology.
I definitely peeked the mic there. I'm sorry.
He wields a fearsome mace during his battle against Tiamat. Well, that's why she lost. She brought a heart when he brought a mace.
Yeah.
The weapon represents his strength and valor as he establishes order, becomes a supreme god.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Babylonian mythology. He fought against that. It's like, could be order. Chaos. Order.
Look, all I'm saying is Marduk with a mace is pretty sick.
Yeah. Yes. Now we have the sword of Inanna.
Ooh.
Goddess of love, fertility, and war. It's often associated with the divine sword. Represents a power and authority. It is a faithful weapon. It's like anytime she kicked him like butt, she pulls that sword.
Very cool.
That sword, her sword. This is my sword.
There is a replica in a museum. Look at that blade, too. Like,
Yeah.
again, I'm sorry we don't have images that we can pull up. We're working on that.
Yeah, maybe able to fix that.
But that blade is like ancient stone. And I know it's just a replica of that, but
Yeah, still looks pretty good.
looks like it came out of a meteor or something, you know?
Well, that's the thing with like some of these early weapons from different places. It's like, yeah, they that's where they got that metal.
Yeah.
They got it from a meteor or something.
My space sword.
Yeah. The space sword. Axe of Gilgamesh. I couldn't leave that one.
Yes.
Yes. He always carries an axe. It is his axe. He carries an axe. Gilgamesh is axed. So that was some of the gods, heroes, beings, and weapons. And not obviously it's a very, very small example.
There are so many variations of this axe in the images.
Yes.
Some of them are like, oh, that's a simple axe of the time, right?
Possibly.
Some of them are like, oh, hey, that's an axe that's got like decorations on it.
Yeah.
One of them, it's a tree.
Yeah.
It's just a tree.
Yeah.
And then one, it's like a battle axe.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Not saying it was alien. Okay. So I figured a good one to start. But this is old mythology, man.
Yeah.
Old. We'll start with their story of creation.
Okay.
Sumerian. Story of creation. Okay?
Yeah.
Long ago, before the first brick was laid or the first seed was sown, the world was a dark and chaotic place. There were no mountains, no rivers, no sun or moon. It lighted the vast expanse. The heavens were empty and the earth was formless. In the beginning, there were two powerful gods, Ifsu, the fresh waters, and Tiamat, the salt waters. Together, they gave birth to the younger god, a noisy bunch, always scheming and causing trouble. Ifsu grew weary of the clamor and plotted to silence them forever. But one of the young gods, Ea, was wise and cunning. He heard of Apsu's plan and devised a clever scheme to put his father to rest. While Apsu slumbered, Ea cast a spell upon him, sending him into a deep, dreamless sleep. With Apsu gone, Ea became supreme god of the fresh waters. Yet, peace was not meant to last. Tiamat, Mourning the loss of her beloved Apsu, was filled with rage and fury. She vowed to avenge him and unleashed her wrath upon the younger gods, who trembled before her might. Now there was a brave and valiant hero among the gods named Marduk. He rose to the challenge, declaring that he would face Tiamat and bring order to the chaotic world. The other gods were skeptical, but Marduk was determined. He donned his armor, his sword, and his fearsome mace, and set forth to confront the raging goddess. Marduk fought a fierce battle with Tiamat, dodging her deadly tail and striking her with his mighty mace. With a final powerful blow, he hit her where her heart was, and Tiamat was defeated. The young hero tore her body in two, using one half to create the heavens, and the other half to form the earth. From Tiamat's eyes, Marduk fashioned the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, which would bring life-giving waters to the land. He then hung the stars in the sky, creating constellations to guide the night travelers. In honor of his victory and bravery, the other gods declared Marduk king of the gods, ruler of heaven. And so the world was born, with its mountains, rivers, and all living creatures.
Okay.
But then and there, Marduk, the supreme god, organized the cosmos, setting each god in its proper place and giving them their duties. He created mankind from clay, the blood of a slain god, thus granting humans a divine spark of life.
Okay.
Yeah. That is, I think that's more Babylonian because it goes into Marduk.
Yeah.
It was one of the ones, the only ones I could find.
Didn't quite expect sky and earth to be formed from the torn threads. And, you know, that caught me by surprise.
Yeah,
and then the rivers are her eyes.
That's freaking metal.
Yeah. that sounds like Aztec mythology right there.
Yeah, right. People were brutal.
No, that was cool.
Nothing goes to waste.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. All right. Now, obviously, I can't do the full Epic of Gilgamesh.
Right.
But I think it's too important just to skip over.
Right.
So I got a summary. I hope I do it some justice.
Yeah, because it is, for anybody who doesn't know, it's not just like a short story passed out. It is, you mentioned earlier, it's one of the only like written records we still have.
Yeah, epic.
And it is huge.
Okay. I don't know how long it really is. Because it's because I think it's not that it's short, but I do think it's shorter than I thought it was.
Right.
But it's also it does run on. Wrote that crap on stone, man. Now we got that. Remember, we got our Epic of Gilgamesh. We got the Babylonian story.
3,000 lines. So it'll be 128 pages.
Yeah. So
Which
it's too long for a podcast.
Right.
Not super long.
It's not like the Odyssey or the Iliad.
But for tonight,
Yeah.
it's a bit much. Okay. So the story begins. It introduces Gilgamesh, and he is a powerful and arrogant king who is part god, part human. He's a wise ruler, but his excessive pride and oppressive rule lead to the people of Europe to cry out to the gods for help. In response to the people's pleas, the gods create a wild and primitive man named Enkidu. He's to serve as Gilgamesh's equal and challenge his tyrannical ways. He is raised by animals in the wilderness and becomes a skilled hunter. Enkidu encounters a hunter, and through their interactions, he is gradually transformed into a more civilized man. He then learns of Gilgamesh's oppressive behavior, and he travels to Uruk to confront him. When Enkidu arrives in Uruk, he challenges Gilgamesh to a fight. However, instead of fighting, the two heroes become close friends and embark on numerous adventures together. Gilgamesh by Disney. Gilgamesh and Enkidu decide to prove their worth and fame by journeying to the cedar forest to defeat Humbaba, the guardian of the sacred trees. With the help of the god Shamash, they manage to defeat Humbaba, now without consequence. Now, Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, she becomes infatuated with Gilgamesh and proposes marriage to him. Gilgamesh, aware of her past cruelty to her lovers, rejects her proposal, enraging Ishtar.
Makes sense.
In her anger, Ishtar sends the bull of heaven to wreak havoc on Uruk, Gilgamesh and Enkidu successfully defeat the bull, but incur the wrath of the gods.
Makes sense. I like how it's just like the cedar forest.
Yes.
Like it's not anything.
Yeah, cedar.
No, that's the cedar forest.
Yeah. Now, and look, I know enough of this old world stuff of that area to be like, that was important.
Yeah.
I can't explain how important, but the cedar was very important.
Yeah, well, the cedars of Lebanon were a big thing around that time too. So,
Yeah.
Also, I just want to throw out here. I've been saving bringing it up.
Yeah.
You've been saying Enkidu a lot, and I got to bring it up. Enkidu is also the name of a mech from Tingantapa Gurren Lagann,
Yeah.
piloted by Viral. And at one point, it gets well. First it's Inky, then it becomes Enkidu.
Yeah.
It becomes Enkidu.
Yeah.
You know.
I was trying to avoid that trait.
I'm not saying
earlier.
I'm not saying what happened. I'm just saying that's what happens in Tingantapa Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do in that. I already answered that question earlier. There's nothing you can do or do or nothing. Well, all right. As punishment for their hubris, the gods decide that one of the two friends must die. Enkidu falls ill and eventually dies.
I really did jump the gun, didn't I?
Yes. Leaving Gilgamesh grief-stricken, terrified of his own mortality.
They were the best of friends, man. They deserve better.
Well, Gilgamesh was devastated by Enkidu's death. And he embarks on a quest to find the secret of immortality. He journeys to the ends of the earth, crosses the waters of death, and meets Utnapishtim, the survivor of the great god who was granted eternal life by the gods. This is Sumerian Noah.
Okay.
He built
survived the Great Flood.
He built a big ship, put a bunch of animals on it.
Right.
Went through that. So, yeah.
Utnapishtim.
Utnapishtim. Yeah.
Okay.
So he tells him the story of the Great Flood, parallels to biblical account of Noah's Ark. And he tells Gilgamesh that immortality is not for mortals and challenges him to accept his fate as a human. Gilgamesh, now wiser and humbled, returns to Uruk with a newfound understanding of the importance of living a meaningful and purposeful life. He accepts that he cannot attain immortality, but vows to be a just and compassionate king to his people.
That's where it differs from Fate, where he does not accept that truth.
Right. Well, it wouldn't be that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Give me a reason to fight on. Let's do that. Yes. All right. So,
as expected, Will to chime in on Gilgamesh there.
they're just balcony in all glory.
Yeah.
Either that or he fell asleep.
I'm just saying, Enkidu's a really cool mech. If you've never seen it, it has multiple arms.
Yes.
It has a big blade,
Right.
head crest, and it can grab that blade, send it like a boomerang. Tingantapa Gurren Lagann is really cool. Do not go into it expecting any kind of mechanical science or sense. It is 100% about nonsense
But
action.
G Gundam has been so accurate so
Well,
far.
exactly. It's a super robot show, right? So Tingantapa Gurren Lagann doesn't care about that stuff.
Guess not. All right.
In Babylon, he is.
So,
Now, there are different versions of him in Fate, too, which is, I think, what makes him really interesting there. Because you have, like, Fate Stay Night version where he is 100% just, I want to be immortal.
yeah. I get a lot of people. Did you get a picture? I really went like over there for Enkidu, where he's like a horned beast. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red-headed horned beast.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
It gets better. There's like a 6-episode run there in season, like the second half. I almost said season 2, where it's rough. But about the time that, spoilers, I guess, about the time that aliens attack and Keaton is walking down the street with a shotgun to go fight the aliens, it's like the show starts going right back up again.
Fine. Can I get back to my story now?
Please continue. I'm sorry.
Gosh. All right. Once upon a time, in the great city of Uruk, there lived a powerful and beautiful beautiful goddess named Inanna, also known as Ishtar. She was a goddess of love, fertility, and war, and her presence brought prosperity and joy to the people. Now Inanna was curious and bold. She desired to explore all realms. even the dark and mysterious underworld ruled by her sister, Ereshkigal. One day, with a plan in her heart, she donned her finest attire, adorned herself with jewels, and set forth on her journey to the realm of the dead. Inanna descended through the 7 gates of the underworld. In each gate she was stripped of her divine garments and symbols, leaving her defenseless and humble. Yet she pressed on with unwavering determination, for she believed that her rightful place was among the rulers of the underworld. At last, Inanna reached the throne room of Ereshkigal, the queen of the underworld. Ereshkigal was not pleased to see her sister intruding onto her domain, and her heart was filled with sorrow and anger for Inanna's audacity. But Inanna stood her ground, for she knew that she was a goddess of great power, and that her presence demanded respect. She demanded to be treated as an equal. But Ereshkigal remained adamant and struck her sister with a deadly gaze, and Inanna felt lifeless before her. Meanwhile, in the world above, the other gods and goddesses grew concerned for Inanna's well-being. They feared that she might be lost forever in the underworld. Enki, the god of wisdom, devised a plan to save her. Enki created 2 faithful creatures, beings of clay, and breathed life into them. These creatures resembled mourners, and he sent them down to the underworld to plead for Inanna's return. Upon reaching the throne room, they wept and mourned, capturing Ereshkigal's sympathy. Moved by their sorrow, Ereshkigal agreed to let Inanna return to the world of the living, but only if someone else took her place in the underworld. Inanna's faithful servant, Ninshabar, heard the reply and offered herself as a sacrifice. Ereshkigal was touched by her loyalty and allowed Inanna to return to the land of the living. And so Inanna emerged from the underworld. With each gate she passed, her divine attire and symbols were returned to her. As she ascended, the world rejoiced at her return, and the barren lands flourished.
Could Ereshkigal not have just put up a no trespassing sign instead?
Possibly.
Saved herself a lot of trouble?
I don't know. It's kind of starting to get going when you lose all your powers and stuff. Though.
Yeah.
It might have been much. It might have been a little bit too much to just kill her with death eyes.
Death gaze.
Death gaze. I don't know. But she came back.
Yeah, yeah. It only cost Ninshabar.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
it's a small price to pay for Ishtar.
Yeah. Well, one's man's in Shabar is another man's captain. So
Death gaze, man. That 100% would be a spell I would have.
right.
When the party got to a rescue call, she's casting Death Gaze, and if you don't roll above a certain number, you're just dead. Now, you're in the realm of the dead, so that can still work out, but you're just dead.
Just dead. It's mostly dead.
Okay.
Like you. I like that one. So I get these ideas just like passing by over the years, and things come up like what what they may be or what they look like,
right?
What they were. But when you actually go back and you start really digging, it just, I don't know, it brings a lot more. Like that story alone, right there.
Yeah.
That brings me like a whole new like level to Ishtar, right?
Right. I agree.
From what I had before.
I agree.
Right. All right.
Thanks for the resub, Fate. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
There's Fate Ishtar if you want it.
That is not how I would picture her. Want that?
So apparently there's Snake Ishtar.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I've got to. Anyway.
It's an interesting art. Let's put that.
Pretty bad. It's like a. We're gonna sing me a Celtic song.
Yeah, it really does.
Okay. Anyway, let me tell you about Enki and Ninhursag. Right?
Okay.
So in the beginning, when the world was young, there were 2 powerful gods in the heavens: Enki, the god of wisdom and water, and Ninhursag, the goddess of earth and fertility. They were both wise and strong, but their relationship was filled with mischief and playful banter. One day, Enki decided to play a trick on Ninhursag. So he fashioned 8 plants from the dirt of her sacred garden and brought them as a gift to her. Each plant was different and unique. A testament to Enki's creativity and cleverness.
Sure.
They all look the same. But Ninhursag saw right through the thing, was not amused.
Oh.
All right? She recognized that these plants were not the mere gifts, but rather symbols of Enki's desire to show off his abilities as the god of creation. Enraged, Ninhursag condemned the plants, and one by one they withered and died.
He's the god of creation, man. Let him make stuff. What's the harm?
That's her job.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah,
We're trying to show off and do stuff.
I got you.
They withered and died. So Enki realized the gravity of his prank, right? He felt very remorseful and very sorrowful, and he knew that he'd hurt her deeply. Okay? And he really did regret it.
Okay.
So he set out to make amends. So he went to the journey, he went to the underworld.
Okay.
I
Careful
didn't
down there.
Yeah, I didn't have anything about him losing his power. But we went to the underworld, and it's where he could speak to Ereshkigal, the queen of the dead, in the realm of the dead. And,
No death gaze this time.
yeah, no.
Okay.
But he did taste of the bit of food that was down there, and that act bound him to that realm.
Oh, Inky. That is like an ancient idea too.
Yeah,
Hey, don't eat the fruit of the underworld.
yeah. But even it's like I think there's something like even in like old warring civilizations where it's like you don't eat their food.
Yeah.
You know, you don't sit at their table.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, even like Slavic, with you don't eat Baba Yaga, if she doesn't automatically try to kill you,
Yeah.
she offers you a meal, you don't eat it.
Yeah.
Because then you're in debt to her.
Right. So, he did this to punish himself. Okay.
Well, then both haven't got them yet. One day.
One day. So he took that as his punishment, and then he returned to Ninhursag, and he was seeking her forgiveness and vowing never to hurt her again.
Okay.
She believed it. She was moved by sincerity, saw how regretful he was, so she forgave him and welcomed him back with open arms.
Yeah.
Now, from their reconciliation, new life blossomed in the sacred garden.
Oh.
Ninhursag nurtured those 8 barren plants and brought them back to life. Each plant flourished and bore fruit, representing the renewal of their love and harmony between the earth and the water. Their union brought forth many blessings to the world. From their love, the cycle of life continued. The waters flowed through the earth, bringing fertility and abundance to the land of Sumeria.
What is like the downside if he's bound to the realm of the dead?
I'm not sure. I think it's like, I think what it is like if she calls,
He has to go. Yeah.
You
That
know?
would make sense.
And like if his wife gets mad at him and calls her, their other sister from the other one for
Yeah.
the cousin, whatever, down there, it's like, look,
Call him back.
can you believe this crap I'm having to put up with?
Yeah.
I need to come sit. He needs to be put in. Lock him up just for a bit.
Put him in his place for a little while.
Well, that
I guess
arrogant SOB.
I guess so.
All right.
Yeah.
I got some good stories.
Nice. I'm enjoying them so far.
Thanks. I'm glad you are. Sit back and read this one. So long ago, in the great city of Uruk, there lived a humble and kind-hearted shepherd named Lugo-E. He tended to his flocks with care and wisdom. His gentle spirit earned the admiration and respect of people around him. On one fateful day, as he was guiding his sheep across the vast fields, he encountered a group of travelers who had lost their way. Seeing their plight, Lugo-E offered them food, water, and shelter, welcoming them as guests with open arms. Unbeknownst to Lugo-E, these travelers were no ordinary people. They were the gods in disguise, testing the character and kindness of mortals. Impressed by Lugo-E's generosity, and hospitality, the gods revealed their true forms and bestowed upon him divine blessing.
Nice.
In recognition of his noble heart and very virtuous deeds, the gods proclaimed Lugali the rightful king of Uruk. With a heart full of humility and gratitude, Lugali accepted the divine decree and took on the responsibility of kingship with a
Nice.
sense of duty and compassion. As the ruler of Uruk, Lugali showed great wisdom and fairness in his government. He cared for the welfare of his people, ensured justice was served, provided for the city's prosperity. Under his rule, Uruk flourished, and its citizens lived in peace and harmony. Lugali's reign was marked by a deep sense of justice and desire to uplift his subjects.
Nice.
He built grand temples and institutions to honor the gods and promote knowledge, arts, and craftsmanship. His leadership earned the love and loyalty of his people, who admired him not just as king, but as a true shepherd of his flock. Throughout his life, Lugal-E remained true to his shepherd's roots, never forgetting the lessons he learned from the land in its humble beginning. He treated his subjects with the same care and compassion as he did his sheep, earning him the title, the Good Shepherd King. As the years passed, Lugal-E's reign became a cherished memory. Its legacy lived on in the hearts of his people of Uruk. His story passed down to generations.
Very nice.
Very good, yes.
Good Shepherd King.
The Good Shepherd King.
And that was Gilgamesh's dad, Lugali?
Look at it. Now that was... Okay. Probably going to regret this. Don't make me go back. I don't have these names
I
memorized.
did not intend to make you go back.
It was down a little bit. It was a Lugabanda.
Okay.
Like,
It's Little
yeah.
Banda.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lugal-E. Yeah. That would have been a cool crossover, though.
Right.
And that... Gilgamesh's daddy.
And Gilgamesh was too proud.
Okay. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That one.
It for you to scroll.
Okay. Fine. Found a couple more. Got some more stories to tell.
Okay, no.
Hold on. I gotta get a drink.
Go for it.
I need coffee.
Real quick, while you're taking that drink, I mean, this one seems pretty self-explanatory for how you run it, you know? You run it pretty straight. You got a lot of different characters you can bring in. A lot of cool stuff already. Lots of weapons that can be found.
I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I like going over it. We don't really hit the TTRPG,
Right.
which we should.
Yeah.
These are flavors, ideas. But yeah, a lot of these that, I don't know. It's rather an easy step up. A lot of the stories are similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would be easy to have Gilgamesh, and if you don't know the Gilgamesh, you still got that template from somewhere, right? The arrogant king who ends up getting humbled and then comes up, you know?
You could have such a great campaign of right after Enkidu's death.
Right, so
where,
you got just.
Yeah, and he is, well, I don't even mean that. I mean before that, where he is distraught, and he's got this group of adventurers to go help him try to find immortality.
Yeah.
You know?
Go find this.
And he's getting more and more frustrated as time passes because, you know, he wants that.
All right.
He watched his friend die.
Yes. Very upset. Had to pay the price.
Yeah.
All right. The debate between the bird and fish.
Okay.
In the land of Samaria, there lived a wise bird and a clever fish. Both of whom possessed a great pride for their own domains, the sky and the water. One day, they found themselves engaged in a lively debate about which of them held the superior position in the world. The bird, with its colorful feathers and ability to soar high above the earth, argued that the sky was the most divine realm. It spoke of the vastness of the heavens, the freedom of flight, and the privilege of witnessing the world from above. The bird believed that its wings granted it a connection to the gods themselves, and it reveled in the beauty and expansiveness of the sky. On the other hand, the fish, with its graceful fins and shimmering scales, defended the water as the most sacred domain. It extolled the virtues of its underwater world, with its hidden mysteries, teeming life, and the serenity of the depths. The fish believed that the water symbolized the source of all life, and was the realm most favored by the gods. As the debate...
I'm with the bird on this one.
As the debate continued, the bird and fish passionately exchanged their viewpoints. each convinced that their own domain was the true seat of divinity and wonder. The other creatures of the land, sea, and air listened intently, enthralled by the spectacle of this unique argument. Finally, the wise goddess Nancy, known for her impartiality and her wisdom, approached the bird and the fish. She listened carefully to their arguments and admired their devotion to their realms. She acknowledged that both the sky and the water were indeed sacred, and that each creature held a unique connection to the divine. She smiled warmly at the bird and the fish and declared, "Both of you are right in your own ways. For both the sky and the water are gifts from the gods, and both hold their own beauty and importance." She then encouraged the bird and the fish to celebrate their differences and recognize their complementary roles they played in the tapestry of creation. The sky and the water are intertwined, she said, and they support and sustain one another, just as all creatures are interconnected in the grand scheme of life. With this wisdom, the bird and the fish came to appreciate each other's realms and the diversity in the world. They realized that the debate was not about superiority, but about embracing the unique qualities of their own domains and finding harmony with the greater whole.
Makes sense. Still think the bird was right, but it's fine.
Right.
It's fine.
But then again, I can't breathe water.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives me I'll admit my own bias.
Right. And what about that?
I'd like to be able to fly.
Debates were a big thing, apparently.
Yeah.
In Sumerian mythology.
Yeah.
And we saw how that debate went and how it was argued.
Yeah.
Let's look at both sides of it and the wise God, how he settled it. All good. It's not the only thing. We have another famous argument in Sumerian mythology. Let me tell you about the debate between the sheep and the grain.
All right, now, look.
No, you look.
Okay, I'm
There's
listening.
a lesson to be taught.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Well, I'll walk away better for these.
If I can accept that the fox tries to jump up and get the grape and he can't, and he throws a fit about it, then I can accept that the grain has a case. Go ahead.
Right.
Come on, Trey.
Come on, Trey. Thank you, Will. Was that Will?
It was, yeah.
I should check before I say that. So, in the fertile lands of Samaria, where the golden fields of grain danced in the breeze, and the gentle bleating of sheep echoed in the meadows, two unlikely creatures engaged in a spirited debate: the sheep and the grain. The sheep, with their soft wool and warm demeanor, believed that they were the most valuable and cherished beings on the earth. They spoke of their role in providing wool for clothing, milk for nourishment, and even sacrifices to the gods, believing that they were held in high esteem by both mortals and deities alike. On the other side of the debate, the grains, with their golden stalks swaying gracefully in the wind, argued that they held the key to human survival and prosperity. They spoke of their significance in providing the staple food to the people of Samaria, from bread to porridge, and their role in sustaining the entire population. As the debate unfolded, the sheep and the grain passionately exchanged their views, each convinced of their indispensable value to human life. The other creatures of the land who had gathered to listen were amused and intrigued by this lively exchange of perspectives.
Have a good one, Dirk.
But as the debate continued, the goddess Nisaba, the patroness of writing and wisdom, approached the sheep and the grain. She listened attentively to their arguments and smiled kindly at their passion. Nisaba then spoke with a voice that carried both authority and understanding. She acknowledged the value of both the sheep and the grain, recognizing the vital roles in the lives of humans. The sheep and the grain are both blessings bestowed upon humanity, she said. They complement each other in their contributions to society. I can speak, I promise again. The sheep provide warmth and nourishment, and their wool is used to weave clothes and blankets, a vital need for human comfort. Nisba continued. At the same time, the grain sustains human life, providing the sustenance necessary for survival and growth. She then explained to the sheep and the grain that the greatness of the works lay not in rivalry, but in harmony. Both of you are essential to the well-being of humans, and your gifts complement each other. For without wool, the people would shiver in the cold, and without grain they would go hungry. Upon hearing these wise words, the sheep and the grain realized the wisdom in the Sabbath's words. They realized that their roles were interconnected, and that they provided the necessities of life and the comforts that made human existence possible.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Talk to anything.
But also the sheep eat the grain, and I feel like that makes the debate a little more twisted.
Possibly so. I think so. Yeah.
I think there's an extra layer there that the grain has on the sheep.
I think so. Where the grain could have been like, look, you need us. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they had.
Yeah, maybe they had plenty of flocks and they didn't, or plenty of fields and they didn't need to eat the grain.
They have a civilization. They must have had some form of agriculture. Maybe they had, or they knew and kept the sheep away from them. I don't know.
So.
Maybe so.
Maybe they just talked to each other instead of.
Yeah, this was over a fence, Trey.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That grain never knew what it was like to be eaten by a sheep. No, I mean, it's a good lesson, right? It's a good reminder that just because you have this thing that you give doesn't mean somebody else isn't giving something just as important.
Right.
Kid Gilgamesh 3-star? Okay.
There was a couple of there were about arguments that both were passionate about that didn't hit or kill each other.
Right.
You know, somebody
nice.
came along and came up and was like, "Hey, you're both right," you know, and that means that we will survive a lot longer than if you both get mad and start punching each other.
Yeah.
Who's more important?
If only Nasaba had been there for Remus and Romulus.
Right. See, then we'd have had two cities. Who knows? Okay, I had to do this one just because of the name.
Okay.
Okay, Enki and the World Order.
Oh.
Not the new world. But we were talking, I don't know, talking about Sumerian come up in anyway.
Yeah.
Enki and the World Order. In the heavens above, the great god Enki, known for his wisdom and knowledge, looked upon the world with a thoughtful gaze. He saw the lands, the waters, the skies, and the creatures that roam the earth, and he pondered the harmony and balance of creation. Enki knew that for the world to function in perfect order, each realm and domain needed a purpose and a divine overseer. And so, he decided to establish a decree, defining the roles and responsibilities of the god, each entrusted with a specific domain. Enki summoned the gods to a grand assembly, and one by one he addressed each deity. 3,000. We're not going to do it.
It's going to take a long time.
To Utu, the sun god, he bestowed the heavens, entrusting him with the task of illuminating the world, bringing light and warmth to the land. To Nana, the moon god.
Did it again. My phone just started playing audio again.
To Nana, the moon god, Enki granted the night sky, tasking him with guiding the tides and influencing the cycles of fertility and growth. To Inanna, the goddess of love and war, he gave rulership over the realm of love and desire, where she would inspire passion and relationships among mortals.
Sense?
And Lil, the powerful god of the air and storm, was granted dominion over the earth, overseeing the winds, the weather, and the natural forces that shape the land. To Ninhursag, the mother goddess and creator of life, Enki entrusted the task of nurturing the earth and bringing forth new life, overseeing the cycles of birth and growth. To the wise god Enki himself, the lord of wisdom and water, he granted rulership over the sweet waters of the earth, ensuring that the rivers flowed and the lands were nourished.
You don't get to just give yourself something now. Come on.
Yes, he does. He is Enki.
I guess so.
Come on, Trey. So each god was assigned their realm of influence. With this divine decree, the world was brought into perfect order. The gods embraced their roles, recognizing the interconnectedness of their domains and the importance of cooperation. Enki's wisdom and fairness in distributing the world responsibility earned him the admiration and respect of the gods and mortals alike. The lands prospered and the harmony of creation flourished under the guidance of divine order.
Makes sense. Inky's he's an important dude.
Yes, he would. Yeah, it seems to be. With that, like I said, there's no telling. Well, like I said, they got over 3,000.
Right.
And that's not anywhere near the biggest pantheon.
Right.
Nowhere near. But they got over 3,000. I wonder if you wonder like how far they went with. No, this is the guy.
Yeah.
You're putting your shoes on. No, this is the god you need to put.
Like the other day, this is the god of this specific body part.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess that does make it
function of that body part.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess it does make it mean even more than that he went down and became a part of the underworld because he was so powerful.
Yes. So, yeah. He felt bad.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He felt bad. He wasn't proud of himself for doing that.
And he did something to show he felt bad about it. Good job.
Feelings.
Good job, man.
You jerk. But he needed her to know he's sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And you're really all powerful.
Yeah, you get that point, like chocolates and roses ain't gonna fix it, so.
Probably not.
Especially since he already basically gave her a rose before.
Yes. Well, by any other name.
No, I really enjoyed this. We covered a lot of cool stuff. It's perfect for a TTRPG campaign.
Yeah.
There's immortality being thrown around. There's gods, underworlds,
weapons,
celestials. There's weapons.
Yes.
There's Anunnaki, lizard men.
Lizard people.
We got so much that could be used easily. I think this is up there for me when it comes to if I had to pick one and run a session tomorrow, which one would it be?
This is definitely good over that for sure. Because there's I'm going back and looking at the like some of the we're talking about Pazuzu.
Yeah.
And the demons and things like that. It'd be really easy to set up straight over.
Oh yeah.
That would be of that. And then you could have Enkidu.
Yeah. Wild man.
Wild man.
That would be great.
I think so. I knew it was, but I don't think I understand. I probably still don't really understand just how influential Sumerian mythology is.
Yeah.
From that time period. It's really strange to me, that so many of these, we have, and not just Fate Grand Order, Will, but we do have like stories and stuff that use these all day.
Yeah. Well, this feels almost like the proto, pardon the phrase, but almost the
Yeah.
If there's a reason we use that phrase,
Yeah. Very old, 3,000, like I said, and there's so much of it that goes through, like, I didn't find so much about Akkadian as I did Babylonian.
Right.
A lot more stuff about Babylonian, which later Sumerian.
Oh, I'm sure,
Akkadian. I think they divide off into something else as well.
Yeah.
But this was very very cool. Very cool. I like going through this one. I felt a little bit better this week going through stuff.
Yeah, there was a little bit more direction.
Yeah, so go through that. It doesn't break down. It was a little like going over the other was like, okay, there's thousands of these.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
So
this is one central.
A little more direction.
Yeah.
Yes. It does break down, but not much.
Right. I think too, like we mentioned it with the grain and the sheep. That feels like an Aesop fable, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the proto fable, right?
Yeah.
That would then go on to be standard.
All the stories, the old myths seem to have a purpose. With especially there'll be some kind of creation thing, which like, look, that's how we got everything. Okay.
Right.
You got that down. Now listen to the other stories.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going to teach you how you treat other people, how you live. Some are what foods you should eat or not.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it too, Will. Well, it even brings up like the Napishtim and the Great Flood, We talk about everybody's got a flood myth. This isn't just a flood myth. This is hey, we have a flood myth and a guy survived it.
Yes.
Not the god saw it through. This guy got to live.
Right. And I tried to stay as much Sumerian as possible. There is some Babylonian.
Right.
I don't think there's much Akkadian. There's some Babylonian, maybe a little bit of Akkadian in there, because so much of it crosses over.
Right.
Else? I don't really have anything else to bring up. Kind of thinking about I like for a TTRPG, I like the monster setup, like I was saying, because you have like a level of like, hey, there's these things, they are demons,
Yeah.
they cause bad things.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay, that's one thing I can use a bunch of times because it's
Right.
going to be different.
Yeah. Agreed.
Going through it.
Agreed. And I would probably start the campaign like Gilgamesh is still the proud king. He's king.
Yeah.
He's the proud king. While they're away on adventures, Gilgamesh meets Enkidu. And then things start to change. So your party originally is probably not going to like Gilgamesh very much. But then after a couple of adventures, when they come back home, hey, the air in the city's different. The vibe in the city has changed, you know? And then, you know, they come back the next time, and now he's got a mission for him. Hey, Enkidu's dead. I need to be immortal so I don't die too.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good settings.
I think
Good settings.
the question then is where are we going next?
I'm not sure.
Because originally I thought we'd go Samaria, Babylon, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of point in doing that, really.
Yeah, like I said, there is differences. It's just it's kind of
Right.
Greek Rome
Yeah.
type thing on that. It's kind of that going through that. There would be other things, but a lot of it, yeah, some of it would be the same.
Yeah.
Like the Epic of Gilgamesh we get from Babylon,
Right.
the Sumerian, and yeah. So
I mean,
Right.
Chad, I could throw out a suggestion if you're looking for suggestions, because we've
there
covered
could
a
be
lot of
10
the big
minutes
ones,
before we
right?
get to this point, right?
I know that's true. There's a lot of big ones that we covered, and when I say big ones, is in the ones people know about, right?
Yeah.
But we haven't covered Egypt.
No, we haven't.
Just throw that out there.
We haven't. They
Can you best and only friend?
yes. Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is, I read the Epic of Gilgamesh when I was in grade school, because
Okay.
I was in the library at school,
Yeah.
and I got to the point where Enkidu dies. I didn't really understand what was going on because I was a child,
Yeah.
and the way they wrote Gilgamesh is that he is heartbroken as if like his own soul had died. And I was like, this is too much for me as a kid. And I need to go back and read it now because I feel like I'd have a much better appreciation for it. You
I'd
know?
like to see that. That'd be
But-
cool. Yeah. Oh man, Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh always makes me think of like Beowulf and Gilgamesh
Yeah.
together in my mind.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know why, but it does the same thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Those two characters got I don't know. They were the same Nephilim. It's just two different time periods.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
Gilgamesh reappeared years later in the north.
And they didn't call him Beowulf, they called him Beowulf.
Oh, whatever.
But Beowulf is a lot easier to say.
Right,
And doesn't
yeah.
sound like you're just burping.
Right.
I love that in the like CG movie, they insist that everybody calls him Beowulf.
Yeah.
And so there's a guy that clearly doesn't know how to say it, and he goes, "Barf," and it just sounds like he's barfing, you
Right.
know?
Very nice. Very nice.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, chat, you've had some time to catch up. What are you thinking? We got options. We got Egypt. We got Hebrew. We got
We got nations all over Africa, all over Asia.
Yeah.
We got nations all through Europe,
Madagascar,
all through there's countries all over the world. I don't know how we can go through that.
Greenland, America.
Iceland.
There's Native American, current American. There's Central American.
Madagascar. That would be really interesting. I wonder what that movie. Look, there's a store that's in the local mall, and that movie has ruined me. The name of the store is Maurice.
Okay,
Maurice?
yeah.
In my head, Maurice.
Yeah.
And every time I can't. I gotta walk by there. I'm gonna see it, Maurice.
I mean, I'm amazed we can still talk about a local mall. That we might be talking about that on this soon.
Yeah, right. Right, yeah. No, I don't like that. They don't have very many years left. There's a few spread out. A dying breed across the country.
I know Madagascar's cool. There's also Canada. There's French.
No, not doing French.
There's Spain.
Yeah, Spain, Portugal. I don't think like the country ever.
for this.
I've been waiting for this.
do that. Well, what is it?
What you thinking, chat? We got one person saying Madagascar could be cool.
I think so. Madagascar.
So if we don't get another answer within a couple minutes, it's gonna be Madagascar.
That's kind of isolated off there to itself. Makes me wonder what some of the ancient
Yeah, I'm really curious.
stories would be. Madagascar, you good with that, Will? Right on. Excellent.
We should not just do the "I like to move it" song at the start of next.
It'd be hard not to do it.
It'd be hard, but
Yeah,
I feel like it might be a little culturally insensitive.
Wow. That's not about that. That's about the animals there, not the...
I just mean because that's what people think of when they think about Madagascar.
It's the movie's fault.
It is. Yeah.
That's what I said. Maurice, it's ruined it for you. Maurice.
I can't hear the circus song now without thinking about Afro Circus.
So, see, there you go.
Yeah. Somebody starts playing the calliope and then she's going doot 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 doot, and I'm just like, Afro Circus, Afro Circus.
Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with yourself?
It
Trey?
makes me very upset when it happens because I like calliope music actually,
Yes, well,
but
you.
oh, hail King Julian. That's 3 votes for Madagascar. As far as I'm concerned, that's
I'm trying to find some
written in
Madagascar.
stone.
Madagascar wins. We're gonna go Madagascar. Look at like some of the. There may be like I do believe there's some like ruins there that like we were like, yep, they're there.
Yeah. I just realized another thing. I wish we could do an episode on Easter Island, but there's nothing, right?
There's big stone heads. There's
Yeah.
writing that goes in a spiral
Yeah.
on stone tablets.
I wish we had enough to be able to do that. Maybe at some point we should do one on like weird wonders of the ancient world.
Okay, look, Trey. We've tried right now. We got Madagascar coming
I
up.
know. I'm sorry.
But-
I'm just.
Now I think that'd be cool. Maybe to do one like, look, we're gonna. If I would need your help on these. We're gonna do weapons,
Yeah.
right? Through mythology. We're gonna do places.
Yeah. Come on, Trey.
Yes. We'll do places, and then may pick some out. Do one just for strictly monsters. One,
Yeah.
And go through, because we've covered quite a bit
Yeah.
of areas around the world.
We
And
have.
there's so many more to go.
We're not even close. We're not even like. We are the barest bit of like 3%.
We've
right?
just started.
Yeah. We're past that 2% point, but
Right.
not by much.
Depends on how you want to count it.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you count also ancient countries, we haven't even hit 1% yet.
Yeah, no, we have.
So, and I guess we did some areas. So yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Just ruined it, Trey. Yeah.
Oh, well, tomorrow, talking about ruining things, we're going to be checking out Neopets. If Neopets winds up just not working out, or the games don't load or whatever, then we'll just play some more Skyrim. But I already have a plan for next week. I think it's going to be really fun. Somebody made a website that instead of just like tier maker where you get to choose, it pits things against each other.
Yeah.
And people can make lists in there, so we'll probably just run down. We'll just expect that one not to be able to be monetized, and we'll just run down like, hey, best anime OPs, best Gundams, and it'll put the two against each other and let chat vote a little bit.
Okay.
Have a good time there.
See what happens.
But first is Neopets tomorrow, and then Monday we're gathering some Rangers.
Yeah. We're being called east.
Tuesday, we'll be talking news. We already have some interesting news that's come up. That's true. You did give me another idea for another Friday stream. So there's a lot of good ideas. And if you want to submit ideas, you can do so.
What do you mean with?
You can do so in the comment section down below on YouTube, or you can shoot us a message on Twitch, or you can email us at thefullspectrumpodcast@gmail.com, or you can check us out on Twitter. All the links are in the bio and everything. Tuesday, if all goes as planned, we'll also be talking about the end of G Gundam. So.
Oh, yes. Also, I'll talk a little bit about Eternal Threads.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're close! I need like 30 more minutes on the game, I think.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Then we'll see at the end of the Tuesday stream what you're playing Wednesday.
Yes.
And then next Thursday, we'll be covering Madagascar.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I'm not
excited.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what mythology would be.
I have no idea. This is a complete blank spot for me.
I mean, I know the country.
Right.
Gosh, you know where it is.
Yeah, it's the little island.
Yeah. It's in there.
You grab it in Risk every time. That's... Why didn't I think about that? That'd be so much... I have Risk at the house. I can just pull up the Risk map.
Yeah, yeah. It's that.
idea.
And we will invade and conquer each one as we go through. Let's see, we still have a problem, though, because like with Samaria, you got...
Yeah, it's not going to be able to... Yeah.
I think we got
Just right
part
in.
of Iraq and then
Yeah.
maybe some surrounding areas. I don't know how big their empire we got.
Ugh. It's a good question. You got anything else?
No, you ready to sign off?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Monday through Friday, 8, 7 Central, we're doing something here. One of us is usually. Anyway, until next time, I've been Rummer.
I've been Trey.
This has been the Full Spectrum. Please remember, always enjoy the Full Spectrum, the Sumerian mythology. That's the offer.